Please close your eyes and ask yourself, what am I saying to myself right now? And notice what happens. Again, just to repeat, when you close your eyes and ask yourself, what am I saying to myself right now? And then you look to see what is being said right now. In the looking itself, can you see any thought? It is this simple. Again, let's run through some complications that you may have while doing this very, very simple little practice. Continue to keep your eyes closed. When you ask yourself, what am I saying to myself right now? Notice how in the looking, what is being said just sort of vanishes until you acknowledge that silence, and then you start saying stuff about that silence again. You start offering interpretations or judgments, or you say that was cool, or you say how to maintain this. And then as soon as the dialogue starts again, there's almost like an unconsciousness of what is being said right now. Rather than you totally being awake, you totally being aware of what is being said, you sort of start dwelling in the thinkingness itself. Please acknowledge this in your own experience. Because you dwell in the thinkingness itself, that is what we call identification. That is what we call belief in thoughts as myself. Because all thoughts arise as like they are your voice. Even though they're saying a billion different things all the time that you're not even choosing. But they have this very, very intimate quality mixed with the sense of being, sense of me, I. And so it feels like I am saying the stuff. When you just remain immersed and lost in the thinkingness, that is when you start to suffer your own thinking. That is when now your thinking becomes a problem. And you want a way out by stopping your thoughts. So that is why in the beginning, meditation is prescribed to you. To pause the stream of thinking, to recognize that there's an awareness of thoughts. The awareness which is not itself a thought, which is not disappearing the moment the thoughts pause, but that awareness that is actually continuous, with or without the thought activity. And so this little simple practice helps you again acknowledge your position as the seeing, as the awareness, by simply asking yourself, what am I saying to myself right now? And then looking. Notice how there's just silence. And even if the thoughts are arising, and you say, no, Sunny, there's not silence, there are some thoughts, then I ask you to look and realize that there is a seeing of those thoughts. There is a knowing of those thoughts. I am seeing those thoughts arise and subside. But I, the seer, am not myself a thought. I am with or without thoughts. In my seeing, in my awareness, thoughts arise and subside. So instead of being so interested and hooked by the thoughts themselves, I ask you to become aware of the very awareness of the thoughts. For a second, be more interested in the actual knowing of thoughts, the awareness of thoughts, the seeing of thoughts, the looking at thoughts, than what the thoughts are saying. This will free you of suffering your own thought activity. So as you go about during your day, you want to be more present. I understand that. You can use a simple little technique. Ask yourself, what am I saying to myself right now? And then acknowledge your thought activity. Just look. The moment you actually launch this initial investigation, you will just see silence. I want you to become more interested in that silence, in which the thoughts no longer are, but you remain. And then when the thoughts come back, it is in your seeing in which they arise and subside. It is on your seeing on which they depend. Without your seeing of the thought cannot be. What we are talking about is enough to really alleviate all the suffering from your thoughts. But you must practice. I hope that this simple little technique helps you with your overthinking, helps you to pause the stream of thinking again and again and become aware of yourself as prior to thoughts. If you want to further go deeper into this practice and totally free yourself from suffering your mind, from believing in everything the mind says, pulling you around in all different directions, I have a wonderful resource for you. You can check it out in the description box below. It's my brand new self-inquiry masterclass. Watch it in its entirety. It will help you so much. And more importantly, practice everything that you learn. Okay, I hope it's of great help to you. Thank you for watching this video. I will see you next time.